What's up, everybody? Got that AM dub, Mike's World in the hands. Colorado.
Hold on, Jake. Yeah, I'm cutting. No. It wasn't that. We're talking about that. We're talking about. You're gonna make me bring it up.
What's up, anybody?
So they're saying, right, that supposedly you're gonna go retying it, right? And I was like, hold on, bro, hold on. We have this. You're strong, bro. Good lady on this YouTube.
What up, homie AC? Nah, dog. Hey, you know what? Happy Father's Day, bro. From my quote to yours, bro. Happy Father's Day. No matter what happened, you'll always be a father. You know what I mean? What up, player made Mexican? Yeah, I was just hollering up at EBK. That's the homie. Me and him have gotten into it over like 3 times over shit. But to be honest, it's the homie. That's where I started my little YouTube thing. People maybe remember I never was big on Gunner's lives or Dub's lives or any of those fools' lives. I never was big on them just because there's so many people and shit and, you know, the way they conduct themselves. So I used to jump on EBK shit when he was just barely monetizing. And that was the homie, you know. They used to have me on their lives. Some people may remember. We was cool. And then actually over the Dubs thing, believe it or not, and Gunner thing, we got into it because we got into an argument. And I kind of went renegade. You know, I told everybody, fuck you. And I went off on everyone, which I'm known to do. That's something when I lose my temper, I've been known for years. That's one of the things I do is I just trip. I go off and I just start going off. Like everybody who's like, it's one of those, if you're not with me or against me type deal. If I feel like one of those, like anybody ever start, I just start tripping. I got a bad temper, but hey, we called it cool. Like you said, the past is the past. And orale. I will maybe again one time, you know. I think he's getting off right now. I don't know if he's going to continue going on with it. I'm just going to jump on real quick and bump some jams. I'm feeling good, you know. I'm all lit up and feeling all right, you know. So I'm just going to do my thing. Hey, you guys seen that? You guys seen that alien that landed in Vegas? That's low. I believe it. I think that was real. I think those were some UFOs. You know what I mean? Some identified. And you look. I just read people. I've been known to read people. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. That aliens that landed in the Rasa's backyard. Of course, it's gonna be Rasa, one alien for another. Hey, trade aliens up. Hey, take us to your aliens. Hey, but you guys seen that shit, right? I don't know if you guys seen know what I'm talking about, you know? They got that footage everywhere about there was like they actually got photos of this thing. Big old beady black eyes and big old green, just like they're like in the movies. You guys seen that shit or what? That shit was crazy. Yeah, I think that's real too. Because now, even the cops were all... You know how many recordings saw the thing drop from the sky? It looks like a blue meteor dropping from the sky. Hey, fucking like 20 different cameras. Security cameras, front door cameras. One per. So how you going to tell me that all the 25 different cameras seeing this shit fall from the sky and then immediately... Yup. And you know that shit's true. Rasa don't lie. Hey, Rasa don't call the cops. You know what I mean? Just for him to call. Hey, he had a gun in his hand. If you watch the video of the 2 young bucks, they were strapped. You don't call the cops with being a Mexicano and having a gun unless it's life or death. You know what I mean? And we all know that. That's the law. And so I seen the look in the youngster's face. And then I seen a video he did after because they were saying that he didn't want to talk to no news channels and they thought it was fishy. And he told them straight, like I saw in the video, he's like, I don't want no attention. I want this to go. Saludos, OG. He was like, I don't want the attention. I don't want people to be, I don't want no fame. I don't want no aliens. He was like, I just don't want nothing to do with the situation. And that was like respectable, but at the same time, it makes it that much more believable. Because anybody who's doing a hoax like that, they're gonna be like want to talk to the news and want to do all these stories and be involved, you know. But not these fuckers, crazy. They're like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with nothing. Well, yeah, I'm probably not gonna be up on here all night or nothing like that. I'll probably bust out a half hour, 45 minutes. Just want to tell everybody Happy Father's Day. I lost my pops a while back, but hey, you know what? He'll always be with me, you know. Just on the other side, you know what I mean? Because yeah, when that blood pumps through you, you stay connected forever. So that's cool. But I was thinking about bumping some jams actually and going off on some Screwed Up, please. I don't know. We can listen to all kinds of shit. I listen to, if any of you guys have seen my lives where I listen to music, I listen to all types. Yeah, and if any of you guys were over at my homie EBK's live, he's been doing good. He's been getting some good sized lives. Shout out to him and his success. You know, beautiful thing to see. Ross are doing good. You know. What's up, Alex? Cuba Leon? Oh no, the homes. Just shout, hey, Happy Father's Day. Because even if you ain't a father, you probably got one. Or one that, or one somebody that taught you like one, you know. So there's always someone to celebrate, you know. But yeah, like I was just saying on the last live I was on, I was just commenting a little on the homies in there, and then I noticed, you know, his numbers are getting big, and that's cool. It's good to see somebody, you know, a homie, especially a homie that I was around when he only had, you know, 1,200 subscribers and shit. To see him doing good, growing, you know. Orale. Like I said, we've had our back and forth, but it ain't nada. And I'm probably gonna take a rip off the biz on right now. I was gonna say too, he had a good point. He mentioned something that everybody should go get checked, and if you're feeling any type of way with your body, and that's something I wanted to kind of reiterate, or reiterate means kind of reinforce, because you know, especially like if you're like me going into your 40s and shit, you know, I've been blazing my whole life, and you know. You should get checked. In other words, you should go, especially me. Like I had a lingering cough for like 6 months or so. Like every day I was coughing like as if I had the flu. And I went in and I told them like, what's going on here? You know, why don't I just keep coughing? And they did like, they gave me some type of fluid that goes into your lungs and through all the vessels, and then it like they can like it's like a dye. And it checks everything like inside your cells and everything. And they said that I had like little dots, but like from probably just scar. They said little dots of scar probably from that many years. And they said even doesn't look too bad. I'll be honest with you. It's a good question. That's a good question, Cheeto Cochino. Both. I think it's both, but I would to keep it real with you, I'm gonna be, because hey, I'm gonna answer honestly, and if I'm not gonna answer honestly, I'll tell you straight that I don't want to answer. I'm not gonna give an on that. That's one thing about me. Even if people don't like it, I always give my honest opinion. You know, I think that they're going in on him because of a couple of them for personal reasons. There is personal vendettas out there. I ain't gonna lie, but I think a lot of it, some of them, it's views too, because I mean, let's be honest, to be real. I'm a content creator. I know from the mentality of one. Nobody out there puts out a video that they don't want to do good, or let's say it does do good, they're not gonna get mad at it. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna, even if it's dissing somebody, it's something you're not proud of, right? You see that the crowd loves it. You know what I mean? You get 15,000 views in 2 days. That's where the morals come in. People never understand. Like, what are they talking about when it comes to YouTube morals and shit? Like, you can't explain it until you've been in those shoes. But you're more, because a lot of these channels, I don't want to point any fingers, but a lot of the ones right now, if you notice, I wish I could say, but I don't want to. Let's just say most of them that are actually doing these videos claimed in the beginning that they didn't want nothing to do with no drama. There was the drama-free channels. I don't engage in that. We don't mess with that. I had a little, but I don't want to worry about that. And a lot of the same ones now are the channels taking head on the drama. Something to think about. So, you know why? I'll tell you why. I can tell you straight why, because I've had it happen with myself. You do a drama video, talking down on another dude, like a Gunner video, let's say, throw it out there, and it gets better than any of your other videos, right? You do a video about your neighborhood, you do a video about his neighborhood, you do a video about this, right? You get 5,000 views. Then you do one, you're like, fuck it, I'll throw one out talking shit, and it's your best video. So think about it. As a creator, what do you do at that point? Do you continue doing what you like? I talked about this on my last live. Do you continue doing what you like? Talk about Alien, talk about your hood and all that, and just mediocre views? Or give the people what they want? Do you do another diss video? Get another 20,000, 30,000 views? What make the crowd cheer? Oof, 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 oof. See, this is a situation. I'm talking about anybody that might be watching, that you got to evaluate. You know what I'm saying? That's something you got to take in keep in mind, take into consideration. And that's what these channels are up against. If you know what I'm saying, that's what they're faced with, is that dilemma of, I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you this. I don't think any one of these channels that's making these videos about Leonard, as you call him, had a real animosity, like want to find him, kill him, beat him. I think it is all YouTube. It gets good views. People love it. Oh yeah, Alex, bro, if you notice, I don't drink on here. I do smoke a little. I smoke herbs, but I stopped drinking a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that. Yeah, because I used to drink with my Jefito, and he passed a couple years back. Me and he was my drinking buddy, and he died with a bottle of vodka in his hand. I've told this story. Maybe some people heard it a couple months back. Some didn't. But he did die with liquor in his hand. He was an alcoholic. And I've seen many people die. This is one of the subjects I always go into. People always think alcohol is okay or cigarettes are okay. If they do just drink, they ain't drug addicts. I beg to differ. I think alcohol is dope in a can. Plain and simple. Just because it's legal, don't make it. It gets you so jacked up. Imagine right now if I busted out a whole fifth of Jack and just I'll be acting a fool, jumping all around. And I've seen, I can see how you could. It's just like this, bro. You see one good video and it makes like 200-300. So then the next question, and in your last video only made like $20-30. So it's hard to, you know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying as I explain it. Like, let's say Jerry Springer. He's a perfect example. To this day, right now, people are saying, R.I.P. Jerry Springer. He's a legend. And all he brought was drama. People screwing their mom's boyfriends and kids getting beat. You know what I mean? Like, he brought the sickest drama you can think of. Some of it staged, maybe some of it real. But people love it. They love the drama. Soap operas. What do you think? Novelas. If you're a Raza and you're Spanish and you have any family that watches novelas, what do you think makes these things so engaging? Makes the people so in General Hospital. What do you call that shit? Jersey Shore. It ain't people lounging that they want to see. It ain't 100 people just kicking it. They want to see the murder, the cheating. You know what I mean? They want. That's what it is. That's where the drama is where it's at. Even in a movie, the more shooting, the more sex, the more crazy shit that happens. The more people that tap in, the more entertaining it is. And I try not to put out content because that's just not like what I like to talk about. But I'd be lying right now. I'm gonna be 100% honest. If now and then I don't click on like the paperwork videos, like just it's curiosity killed the cat. Not that I give a shit about the vato, but it's like on every other channel. You can't skip every video. Now and then you're gonna click on one. I don't watch them all. I mean, there's 10 maybe 20 videos made about Gunner a day. To be honest with you, that would be just weird in my opinion. But I do now and then watch one. Like I'll just be going through and then like fucking, especially the paperwork ones, because that's serious. Paperwork is real. It's one thing for somebody to sit back and then just talk down on on somebody. That's just opinion. That's all. That's whatever. But when somebody actually busts out legit paperwork, that's a different story. You understand? That's a fact and a fiction story. One's opinion, one's facts. So I you know what I mean? Check them out. But since there's only a few of us, I'm probably gonna bump on me. That's why I really got on, was to bump. Sometimes I talk because I don't like to leave people quiet, but you know, I'm probably just gonna bump a little music maybe for a little bit, get down like James Brown. Maybe not. Oh, you know what? You guys, hold up. I'm gonna be right back. I just gotta take a break, but I also gotta go check out this food that's cooking right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's probably just a couple people in my lives. You know, I don't really do lives very often. And yeah, I was gonna say one of my things is yeah, I talk about all types of shit. I just noticed the homie, shout out to the homie Smokey, he's on live right now. See, I don't like to point fingers, but he's another one that's very intelligent. He's very on, like, you know, he's a firefighter. He could talk about some serious, intelligent shit. But he's another one that sees the, you know, the likes that come with and the fame behind fucking talking about another man. So he's on it. You know what I mean? I just looked at his live. It's called Let the Roast Begin. You know what I mean? And like I said, if people want to do that, more power to them. But be honest, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I did a live today. I did a live yesterday. I'll probably continue to start doing lives. You guys want to know why? This is for people. This is also for people that are watching. Because a lot of people watched, like right now. I did a live yesterday. There was only 30 people in it. But then I did a live yesterday. There was only 30 people in it. But right now, I just looked because it says how many people watch it. That's going on 400 people. You know, so people do watch my shit, but they tend to watch it like a video. Most people don't get notifications. This is like the second live I've done in a month. One was yesterday. Oh yeah, that's what I was getting to. And I don't know. See, I never know in my comment section or people watching who's actually here from what. Because I have a lot of Burque. Shout out to my Burque people in New Mexico. I do videos from Nuevo. You know, that's where I was raised up and shit. So I have some of that crowd. And a lot of them don't even know who Gunner is. They don't watch like channels. They know me. They're subscribed to my channel from my gangland. You know, so some people I don't know. But for those people, I'm also part of a genre. I'll say that. Like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of a Convicts Perspective, Gunners Collective, Dubs. There's like a little genre I'm a part of. You know what I mean? EBK. And we all, you know, do videos about each other and get caught up with each other. So I'm just saying that right now for my subscribers that may watch this live or followers, you know, from Burque or New Mexico that don't necessarily or watch all kinds of YouTube channels, is I'm part of what they call a genre. You know what I'm saying? A genre being, you know, certain people, you know, prison, street shit, different shit, you know. But yeah, I was talking about channels falling off. So we got Frank's Vibes. Shout out to the homie Frank's Vibes. He just got demonetized yesterday, I think, unless that was an old post. But I was just reading that he got demonetized. Yeah, he did, because he's starting a new channel. So we got Frank's Vibes. We have, I don't know if you guys ever tapped into Fast As Dave. Shout out to him, Fast As Dave. He's pretty cool. He got demonetized. And then I got demonetized and then remonetized. And then who else got demonetized recently? Oh, Rascal. He's the big one. He had like 20, 30,000 subs. And they just demonetized him like for nothing. You know what I mean? So there's Rascal. And then, you know, a bunch of people. So you never know who they're going to pull the plug on. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you straight, though, that's what I was getting to. The reason why I've been doing these lives for my boss in the house is I'm sick of people talking about other vatos. I'm going to tell you straight up. Like other channels right now, you go to almost any live, 3 or 4 lives, the people I know, they're all going to be talking about another man. And I don't understand how people love it so much. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing for us as creators to do it for feria, to do it for views, for subscribers. I pray that let me put it like this. I pray that every single vato out there making videos about this vato is doing it for views. Let's put it like that. Because if they're doing it, making videos and clown videos and all this, just because one, either they ain't got no better content, or two, because they got like a serious problem with some fool they don't even know. She, pobre, you know what I mean? Pobrecito, because that's kind of weird. I'm a grown man with gray hair on my face with kids, you know what I mean? I'm sure they all got kids to worry about what another content creator, either if they're real or not real, or if they got, you know what I mean? If they got this and that shit to me is. And the funny part is, here I am. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Here I am talking about like other shit, you know, talking about, and the people that are talking shit are gonna get mad views, you know what I mean? But this is cool, so I can do my own thing here now. I gotta go check on some food real quick though. Damn, had to do a switch up on the food court. You know, I got some food on the stove. I got that pozole, and I got that. It's like this and like that. I should start talking shit about somebody, go off about Gunner. Watch about 50 people flooding into my thing. That's not how it doesn't really, you know, I don't get nothing out of it. I don't care if other people want to hear it. I don't not to talk about some other food. It's just not for me. But you guys should probably be able to hear me a little better now. But I'm gonna jam out, I think, you know. It's Friday night. I'm about to take a rip. I'm gonna bump some jams. There's only a couple people in the house anyway, so shout out to that 1-3 in the house. Let's jam some music, folks. Matter of fact, I could actually throw on the lights and all if I wanted. I got like a whole digga light set up and all. And I got that wizard. I got some herb. I got some perk. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I jumped on here. As I was just saying, if you guys didn't hear me, one of the main reasons I'm doing my own lives lately is because every single live, they're just talking about other content creators. And it doesn't interest me. It's not that they're not cool. It's not that I have beef with any of them, or I'm like, you know what I mean? Oh, you know what I mean? Shame on them. Like, that's cool if they want, especially if that's what the crowd wants. Go for it. But it doesn't interest me, period. Like, there's all types of shit you talk about right now. There's Canadian wildfires going on. There's aliens. We can talk about Cholo style. We can talk about the new Edgar style. We can talk about music, about how music's changing up. Talk about Texas. Talk about Cali, the difference in between them. The list goes on about things that can be talked about right now on the live. You know, other than another man. You know what I mean? That's the last thing on my mind, especially if they're fake. Like, if we're gonna talk, let's talk about a legend. You know what I mean? Let's talk about somebody you know, who's worth talking about. If they're just ashamed and jolly. Oh, that 209. All right, Motown. Yeah, matter of fact, maybe I will. I should roll a blunt, but actually, I've been taking rips out of my bong, homie, and I was thinking about bumping some jams too. I got a good question for homie straight from Motown. What you think about Darkroom? You think they were still firme, or do you think that they kind of went down when Rocha fell off? Shout out to Dino. You know, I know he taps into some stuff sometimes, but what do you guys think? What do you, being somebody straight from the audio? You know what I mean? I used to bump some Dino stuff. Yeah? They were all right. You know what I mean? I like that one. Have you ever sold dope because you had to? I didn't want to, but I had to. I was a jam right there. Yeah, they had some good ones. Yeah, them Grandma B is on there. Well, yeah, what do you listen to? Los Angeles de Charlie. Tigres. Los Tigres. So, hey, I'll bump some Los Tigres right now. I got this fan right here. That's why I can't take the move. No disrespect to anyone watching. If I jump off and on and all that, like, not log out, but just stand up because I got people coming in and out my house, you know. And it's weekend, and I'm just kicking it anyway. Nothing serious. No serious conversation. Yesterday I was a little more serious, you know, hitting up topics, but today I'm just bonging it, bumping it, and all that. Orale, chorizo. He choked on some chorizo. Hey, Coco. So let me know if anybody up in here has any questions. It's really, you know what I mean? Like I said, there ain't really, you ain't gonna see too many people in here. People don't get notifications. People don't even check my shit because I really don't. I don't do lives. You know, this is my second live in weeks. I'll tell you, I've said it why before. You know, I feel like it's cool to kick back, rap with everybody, but I feel like sometimes it gives people a chance, like trolls, haters, and shit, to slide the funks with you, to get beef started between you and other channels. You know, to drop, hey, what up, B Visions? To drop. I don't hope to not sound like a broken record. You guys make sure and throw me, you know what I mean? Throw me a different subject if you want me to talk about something, but hey, you know what up, E? I was just talking about the reason why I was throwing a live today, just like yesterday, is I've been trying to switch up the vibe, trying to get some lives going on where people aren't just necessarily talking about other channels, if you feel what I'm saying. Like, because I was just going on talking about how you know it's a decision, it's a hard decision for a content creator when people want to hear it, and the more you talk about them, you know, your following grows. But you gotta understand, just like in real life, what type of following that is. You know what I'm talking about, E, because everybody shout out. If you guys haven't checked out E Visions TV, it's got some good stories, it's got a good head on his shoulders. I always thought he was a pretty cool dude. You guys check him out. You know, that's a good, you know, I'm happy you're in here. You're a good person to talk about with this because I know how you feel on it. What do you think about all this stuff going on with Gunner? I mean, how do you feel with every single channel dropping paperwork, doing videos and all that? I don't care for it. You know what I mean? I don't know how many times I've just hopped off because they were talking about this fool. Like, you know why? Because it comes an addiction. It comes tunnel vision. Like, everybody wants to hear it. You know what I mean? So you wake up 3 hours early just to label. Tell Smoke I said what's up. That's the homie. But yeah, you know what I mean? It becomes tunnel vision. Like, oh, what am I gonna rant? How am I gonna get on him today? You know what I mean? There's like a bully that has a certain kid he picks on. You know what I mean? Like, oh, how am I going to get at him today? Steal his lunch money, or am I going to wedgie him? You know what I mean? Trip him. Like, that's what channels start to do. They start to feel like, you know, how can I make a video today? And it doesn't hurt them. That's the whole thing. You think if these channels made a video about another guy and it killed their channel, or like people started unsubscribing, they would continue? That would be the last video they ever made. But what it's the opposite. They get 15,000 views. They get 100 subscribers, and YouTube is very good about giving you statistics, like analyzations of everything. You can actually look up. I don't know if anyone knows this out there, but once you monetize, well, you get YouTube Studio. It's an app that you're allowed to have when you're a creator. This fucking thing literally tells you how much every cent that each video gives you. It tells you what days they watched what videos, like how much it went up, down, and up, like bar graphs and shit. It tells you the age group of your viewers. It tells you what area. I'm shit you not. Anyone right now watching that's monetized or knows YouTube, I dare you to call me a liar. And it also tells you what area you get your most subscribers out of. San Francisco, Oakland. I got a shitload. You know what? One of my biggest, I got like a few hundred subscribers out of Oaktown. Shout out to Oakland. You know what I mean? Crazy. Like you wouldn't even expect it. And it's crazy. Some of my least subscribers come from Burke, where I represent, do the videos out of. I got like a lot of Cali subscribers. Shout out to down south, LA. It's another spot where I got a lot of my subs out of. But yeah, that's really one thing that's pretty cool about it. But see, that's back to the origins of what I'm talking about here. You see good ratings. Why are you gonna go against it? Why? It's just and a lot of people like it. Like I said, tell me people don't watch novelas. Tell me people don't watch General Hospital. One of the most successful shows of all times. Fucking Days of Our Lives. You know what I mean? Tell me people don't watch Jerry Springer or Maury. Tell me people ain't to this day screaming out R.I.P. Jerry Springer for the drama that he brought him. You know what I mean? Come on now. They love it. Judge Mills Lane. Fight. It's just natural human nature. Even though people will walk around and say, I don't like drama. I don't want to be part of it. Like with the fire's in their eyes, I call it the fire and brimstone. It's that look in their eyes, like the mob when you're part of a lynch mob, you get that look of death in your eyes, and everybody's out for blood. You know what I mean? That's it's like it's a swarm, like a swarm of bees or piranhas. Or even wolves. That's a good way to tell it. Like YouTubers like a pack of wolves. Like seriously though, they're like, oh, we got him. And everybody just rips them up, and everybody's just like standing back, waiting for some way to come and throw in or something to pick. Now, I ain't saying that certain people don't deserve it. These are some people right now. These people that are getting stomped on are people that stomped on me and sent trolls for me. So understand that I feel, but it's just not my thing. But like I said, yeah, those aliens, damn, aliens landing in aliens' backyard. Ain't that some shit to see? Damn. And I always talk about that. I've always believed firmly. I mean, let's talk about it, folks. Let's think about it. You guys got to be sensitive. If you're on here, I have a pretty good followers. Most of the people that fuck with me know that I use big words. Like people that can't even understand big words just usually unsubscribe from me. They're like, yeah, fuck this. You know what I mean? But let's talk about aliens. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. I don't need sightings. Just odds-wise. Think about how many planets there are, how many universes and galaxies. The fact to think that there's only one living species, be it intelligent or whatever, some weird octopus-looking thing. To think that there's only one us on this one little Earth, and all the galaxies would be just ridiculous. And the odds are against us. But that many galaxies full of millions. They say that there's could be AC, but I'm telling you, man, like you got to think about how large the universe is. If you study space and shit like that, and the things that make organisms, like certain gases coming together, and everybody's different. Some people believe like man was created, some people evolution. Bacteria, but then that comes to bacteria. Like you got to think about bacteria. Bacteria is like really not in the Bible. It doesn't say we created, but it's a living organism, So there's like, you got to think, I'm talking like the bacteria that could have grown into alien life. Like there's no fucking way. I ain't no scientist. I'm just a, what do you call it? I'm just a, what's that word? Like a simple man that looks for reason in things. And there's no reason behind thinking that there's only us. Oh, there's just us in this whole fucking universe. They said there's many planets in the universe as there are sand grains on a beach. Sand grains on a fucking beach that's full of sand. I mean, billions of them. And we are the only ones. Like, come on. And then all the sightings of UFO shit, right? Oh, yeah. For the last 100 years, all the way back to pictures of alien-looking things of... shout out to everybody in the chat. Of aliens on the wall, hieroglyphics. To the Egyptians, wrote weird alien figures on the wall. All the way back to that. But not a single speck or seed of truth in it. Is that what you're telling me? And irony. I don't believe that. I do believe in time travel. All right, this is a perfect example. I don't know if you was here the other day when I was talking about it. I'm into Einstein, right? I'm into Einstein. I read like the relativity, the theory of relativity, which was correct. He was right about the way the whole Earth is like on a fabric and everything moves in a certain pattern. That's the theory of relativity. He was right, of course. That's why all of like the solar system, our solar system moves at a certain angle, everything, you know. So if you read about his stuff, 90%, because he was a genius, literally. So 90% of his theories came to be true once they were proven mathematically. The theory of gravity, you know, relativity, and all this shit. One of the things that he believed is time is like an art. This is how I'll explain it, right? The fingertips being the future, right? The elbow being the past, and the wrist being the present, right? Well, you can't have the future beat your fingers or the past, right? Without an elbow. It's all one. You understand? I'm trying to put it like in terms of people that don't know mathematical equations can think about it, right? So imagine time, right? Like I said, the future being your fingers, your elbow being the past, and your wrist. It's all one. It works as one. See, that's what Einstein used to say, was like, it's all one. It's not gone. It's not like your elbow's gone, or it's all as one. So if you can figure out a way to get enough energy, like you said, to fold it to where your fingertips touch your elbow, you know what I mean? Break your arm and bend it backwards. That's the theory of time travel. And yes, it will happen when there's not when people learn to harness atomic energy. You know, like so they can actually, because it would take energy down near as much as energy as what do you call it? As the nuclear blast that did the what do you call it? The Big Bang. It would take almost that amount of energy at once to be able to warp the fabrics, space, and time straight up. You know what I mean? And there's no way to do it yet. We don't know, but that's why we can't move at the speed of light either, which is why we can't move interstellarly. You know what I mean? It's pretty simple. This is not like all right, what's up, Rich? Shout out, homie. This is not what I'm talking about. Is not like science fiction. This is all mathematical equations, what it would take to move, like the speed of light, for instance. I'm making that up. Doesn't come from a fucking Huck Finn book. It's an actual speed. When you turn on light, the particles move from your from your light bulb to the floor. It's a speed. It's a speed. You know what I mean? Like a jet. You got 600 miles an hour up to the speed of light. Once we learn to move at the speed of light, that's when we'll save our existence, our future. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, trying to save this earth, futile. Futile meaning it ain't gonna happen. Period. It's too polluted. It's continuing to get more polluted. The atmosphere is fucked. There's a you know what I'm saying? Body bag, 1%er. All right, bikers in the house. What's up, my man? Just talking about time travel, the relative. You know what I mean? I like to talk about that kind of shit. You know, theories and stuff like that. But yeah, so you know, Einstein. And here's another cool thing: a lot of the biggest thinkers, Einstein used to drink Coca-Cola when there was Coke in it. You know what I mean? Because he didn't believe in sleeping. Same as Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln didn't believe in sleep either. These are two great men that were very, very, very smart, and they both believed in one thing: they were like, rest is a waste of time. You know, if I can rest 3 hours a day and invent and write theories, you know what I mean, for 23 hours, you know what I mean, for 20 hours a day, they do that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But we're trying to use atomic. If you can use atomic energy, you can, you know, move. But I'm not talking about time travel. That was a different type of energy. That's trying to warp, like I was saying. The fabric of space and time takes a certain amount of energy. But I'm just more talking like moving at hyperactive speeds. You know what I mean? Some Star Trek shit, like press the button and because really that's the only way. If we wanted to colonize, that's what I was just talking about. Earth is polluted. Earth is falling apart. We have destroyed the planet at a rate too fast to fix it. So at this point, it's not like, oh, well, we're just gonna fix it. That ain't happening. This thing is done. So now comes the next. What can you do from that point? Colonize. We can't live in space. I don't give a damn what nobody says. It's just not enough. Live in space as far as like on a massive spaceship or, you know what I mean, like a Star Trek ship. Like it ain't happening. The only way to do it is to go to Earth and actually colonize it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, Rich. So I'm getting all technical. I got here like, what the hell? So that's just one thing I like to talk about. I'm deep. You want to talk about something else? Let's talk about enlightenment. I could go on all day because I listen to the theory, the teachings of Buddha. You know, the 10 teachings of Buddha, enlightenment. You know, things of that nature. And I also though listen to Audible all the time, over and over. I listen to Art of War from Shang Tsung. But you have to, once you listen to both, you start to learn that a lot of teachings that will teach you about being humble and being kind, which is like enlightenment, things that help the soul, also go against the teachings of power, of ruthlessness, of like the art of war. Like one of the key points to the art of war is deceit. You know, fooling the enemy, always putting up a smoke screen, not letting know where you're at, where you're coming, your intentions. That's like one of the key. That's like the backbone of a war, is deceit. And that's the exact opposite with the healing of the soul. We're trying to be like, enlightened and trying to find the inner you, more peaceful instead of warful. It's almost, you would imagine it. Of course, it's the opposite, because one thing hurts the soul. You know, power doesn't help the soul. It helps the human body. It helps the nation. But as a man yourself, like samurais are good about teaching this type of shit. You should look up the Five Rings. The Five Rings by Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi. He was a great samurai that won over 60 battles, street one-on-one war battles. Decorated, and he basically wrote a book at the end, 2 weeks before he died. It was like the summary of his life, and it was the teachings of how he had grew up as a young man at 12 years old for his first battle, and how he learned. Look it up right now. Anyone in here, you can check out Miyamoto Musashi, the Five Rings. It's called. You guys will trip out on it, and it teaches you. The beginning of his life was about learning war, learning death, killing, earning stripes. You know what I mean? Bloodshed. All of that just to learn how to learn the sword. Basically, this is the teaching, just to learn how not to use it. You know what I mean? Perfecting a skill. It's deep shit. You know what I mean? Like perfecting a skill to its finest point, but never using it to cut. You know what I mean? Like he took in so much life that he just wanted to learn how to meditate, let it all go. But yeah, that's a good one. So you guys check that one out. Another one you want to check out, The Last Samurai. You guys want to check out for sure is of course Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Decorated commander. He was good, but you also want to check out the 48 Rings. I mean, the 48 Rings. I got that mixed up with the Five Rings. The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. 10 million plus seller. You know, great. It's that one's good for the workplace. It teaches you how to gain status and how to work. Like if you're a manager, do the shit I do and shit. Like teaches you how to work management, how to work with people, how to be on top, how to use people, and when you need them, but also get thanks for it. Like all kinds of crazy stuff, you know. And maybe people right now might be saying, "What is this fool talking about?" Well, I'm not one of. I hate to say it. I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, but I know like dumb gangbanger. I was once, but I like to talk about other things to flex my mind, you know, to be smart. I don't like to just sit there and, hey, what's up, Vato Locos? Get none of this. Hey, check it out. I'm gonna tell you something. Fuck that gunner. Hey, gunner. Fucking gunner. Everybody, let's talk about gunner. Check it out next week. Yep, exactly. But the last book, because it's the book of 5 rings, the last ring is the Great Void, which is the one that is peace, basically learning how to basically, if you look up the last one, because I've read this book, the Great Void, which is the nothingness, teaching your body how to all the things he teaches in the first 4 books. The last book teaches you how to forget it all. That's the crazy part. How to forget the sword, forget the swordsmanship, forget war, to come to a complete nothingness, basically, like a sense, a stage of tranquility, deep shit. You know what I mean? And this is a man who brutally killed many people with his sword, killed a great swordsman at 12 years old, was beaten by his father, you know what I mean, and taught swordsmanship, like didn't have a lot of love. He thought that he could pave his way with war, just to find out that in the end he just needed tranquility, love. You know, it's a great, you just got to check it out. But this is the things I like to talk about, everybody. You know, if you got another subject, we can always talk about that too. But just been doing lives. I know there's not just a few people here, but I'm trying to throw it off a little bit. I know people love to hear about vatos talk about other vatos, but I really don't. You know, and like I said, no disrespect to nobody. Shout out to everybody doing your thing, making your videos, you know what I mean, doing your lives, exposing fools. It's just not my alley, you know what I mean? Like I got other shit I want to talk about, you know what I mean? All these wildfires in Canada. If you guys know the homie Smokey, I think he's doing a live right now or something. He is a firefighter, and he said the word, the download word on the DL is that they it's like terrorism, community terrorism, which means that there's people lighting shit on fire. Basically, we thought there was someone starting all those fires, and it got so smoked out that New York, the East Coast, they had to go under like air threats. You know, go inside, wear masks, and it got serious. You know, there's some serious shit happening out there. You know, let's talk about all that. Oh yeah, is that a good one? Oh, Dale Carnegie, yeah. But yeah, but also too, as you can see, you know, from the podcast and the way I do talk, carry myself, I have been locked up and I have been in the streets and shit, you know. But that's one of the reasons why I'm intelligent. Real about those people underestimate them. But if you've ever been one that comes from like low income neighborhoods, ghetto spots, you learn to keep your head on a swivel. You know what I mean? You learn to read people, to read the area, to read, you know what I mean, the block or whatever, the house you walk into. I hate to say it, but usually people from the barrios or whatever you want to call it are more aware and street smart than anyone else. That's all. That's mostly all I am. And I'm even gonna be real. All this talking I'm doing and all that, ain't like I never been to college. You know what I mean? I never went to college or did all that schoolboy or nothing like that. I'm from the hoods. I just, every time I get locked up, I start reading books. And then lately, my last few years, I listen to the audibles. And I've always been interested, though, in something that sounds like knowledge. That my ear just goes to shit that sounds like, oh, wow, like revolutionary type shit. Things that are learning. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to damn watch it. If somebody making paper mache, like that shit don't, you know, figuring out how to throw up a gang sign or something, that shit don't interest me. Like I'm about that power, you know. The mind is a muscle, and just like my body, you know, I didn't even lie. Look at my body, you know. I like to lift. I like to do push-ups, sit-ups, you know, bench. I like to better myself. It feels good after you've worked out all day, and then you kick back and you know, you take some vitamins, some protein, listen to for a half hour. You listen to Musashi or something. You feel good. Like, wow, you know, I improved myself for the day. It's a lot better. It feels a lot better than waking up, not shaving, fucking drinking on 240s and then passing out, talking about Gunner for an hour. You know, like I'd rather improve, better up. You know. And again, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in here because a lot of people don't know. When I keep talking about Gunner, but the runner is just somebody in our genre that's getting his ass stomped out right now. You know? It's a big topic on a lot of people's platforms. You know, not mine, but he is, and he's not even a big platform in my opinion. Like as far as platforms are concerned, this fool's got like 50, 60,000 subscribers. In my opinion, I'm gonna be real with it too. Big platform, anything from let's say 200,000 and up, that's big. Anything from 100 to, of course, like 200,000, that little gap right there, that's mediocre. And then anything under 100,000 is small. In this world with fucking billions of people, come on, guys, billions of people. Like I said, the mechanic press, I was talking about it yesterday. They got the hydraulic press that they press this shit with 20,000 pounds. I don't know if you guys watch that channel. They have a channel it's called the Hydraulic Press. There's 1 million subscribers. People all over the world just love to watch shit get crushed. So imagine, like I was saying, how embarrassing would it be? I'm not dissing because I only got a couple thousand subscribers myself. But imagine a machine getting millions of hundreds of thousands of subscribers when you got guys talked about their whole life stories, prison stories, like give it their all every day for years, 2-3 years. And then here comes along this machine, literally a hydraulic press, and smokes them on subscribers. Like, damn, that's like another one I watched that's crazy out of control with views is the Hoof Doctor. I don't know if you guys watch that. GP, like it's this guy, right? They bring he gets brought like lame horses with or cows, their hooves that will have like a nail in it, right? He puts them up, and then their foot puts their foot up, their paws, and he looks on the bottom, cleans them up with the shaver, and then there'll be like a fucking nail in it, a big ass nail. So he'll pull the nail out, a bunch of pus squirts out, you know what I mean? Then he shaves it down with this. It almost looks like a potato peeler. And then, you know what I mean? Gets to the core of it, and he's got to cut it out and spray some spray in it and shit. Like, it's interesting, you know what I mean? To see him. A lot of people watch that shit. I'm not big on, like, the pimple popper and all that. I don't know if you guys heard of that, but some people like to watch that shit. Like, on TV, they got the Dr. Pimple Popper, where they always got, or the Foot Doctor and all this crazy shit. Some people watch that shit, you know? I'm not big on that, the people one, but the Hoof Doctor one, because you never know, man. Sometimes there's big old rocks in there, or it'll be like a crack. You can't even, there's no telling every time. And sometimes you pull it out and there's all kinds of pus, and he squeezes on the hoof and it all pusses out. Like, just interesting, you know. And I ain't the only one, I'll tell you straight, because that fucker's got millions of subscribers too. I know success when I see it, so don't say, oh, you watch the hoof shit. Like, yeah, way more than anybody in our genre. Because they're in the millions, we're in the thousands still yet. But yeah, so there's just, you know, and if you guys think I'm just going on, I am. I'm trying to do anything I can to talk about anyone, but just bring up all types of different shit. You know, I had my beef, you know, with fools. Everybody knows I got into it with Dubs. Oh, so you know the Hoof Doctor, huh? And the GP, you know what's up, Sean Wheeling? Yeah, that's my shout out to Sean from across the pond. He's always a cool dude. And you guys can see from sitting here what I tell you I watch and how I handle myself. And I ain't trying to act cool. No, but someone who's acting cool wouldn't really tell you some of the shit they watch. And I ain't afraid to say I watch like A&E, 48 hour. I like to watch some of the 48-hour shit. The murders, like the what do you call it? When they try to solve them, you know, forensic type shit, like we're like 48 hours ago. You know what I mean? They were right here and then moved to here. That shit's like too, and you learn a lot. That's where you get knowledge. You get knowledge about how they do tests, and I don't mean like SVU or like Law and Order. That's like made up fake shit. I mean like 48 hours it's called, or like cold case files, like actual murders that took place. Like they're usually Dallas is always on there, Phoenix, Albuquerque, you know, it's always a lot of the same. Chicago, you know, where they come up, there's just like two bodies laying there, and they got to try to figure it out. You know, that shit's interesting. You know, that's the kind of shit I like to watch. Something with some what do you call it? Fuck, I don't know, with some bass. You know what I mean? With some actual content to it. Something where you can learn and be entertained at the same time. And even if I'm gonna watch gang shit, I'll keep it real with everybody right here. I more go towards or gravitate towards like Gangland or Swamp Stories, or that's what I try to kind of make my videos like. I do Ganglands, Albuquerque Ganglands, and I try to mold them in that fashion, you know, because I feel like if you're making a video for someone, I guess people like Mr. Rogers nowadays, guys just sitting there all day telling a story, but I feel like you should have some content where people get some eye candy, if you will. Some cars and some fools on the corner, you know, with some bandanas on. Like, let's show these people a show. You know, it's another one, Sean Whelan. I don't know if you watch, what do they call that? Survivor. It's not like Nate. What do they call that? Survivor, where they put the 10 people, they take them and they drop them off, like in the Vancouver and Washington and different areas, and whoever survives the longest wins. That's another one I love. Fools go crazy, start talking to themselves, tap out, cry. They have like a little remote, and they can press the button and tap out if they at any time. But whoever stays the longest wins 500,000. That shit, that's a real man for you. I mean, imagine being out there, you get like a couple items. Just they get like 5 items, and they gotta try to fish, hunt. They have no one to talk to. They don't get no phone or nada. They just get dropped off. And there's guys out there that out there like 3 months. They get all skinny. Some people get disqualified because if they don't eat, they get their heart rate drops where they're about to die. You know what I mean? They got to yeah, man. I mean, these are shows that make real men. You know, no disrespect to anyone out there, but all those little fools in the streets, and they never fucking been out there. You know what I mean? They couldn't hunt a boar. They couldn't go to war and win. They would be over there hiding, trying to smoke herb under a bridge or some shit. You know what I mean? Like a real man shit. You know what I mean? Like, fuck these little punks. You know what I mean? They don't know nothing but hoods and prisons and all. Let's talk about some real world shit. Somehow you're gonna survive when you know what I mean? When the shit hits the fan. Could you go to war and fight for the country? Fucking fools talking about other fools and gangs and little platforms. Let's talk about some real life world shit. Hey, what's up, Brian? How you doing, my man? I was just going over some things that I like to that catch my interest when I watch videos about like survival, hunting type shit. You know, I watch. I think it's not called Survivor, is it? Oh, Alone. I'm sorry. There we go. I keep saying Survivor. I don't like Survivor. I'm sorry. Survivor's that's bullshit. That's Survivor shit. Alone. That's the one I'm talking about. It's called Alone. Season 1, 2. I think there's 10 of them now. I watched them all. Alone. That's the real deal. These fools have had heart attacks. Fucking chopped their hands with axes. All type of shit. You just gotta get dropped off by yourself out there. Fools, bears coming up and everything. Fools crying, tapping out. I need to see my wife. That's the real deal right there. You know what I mean? That Survivor shit ain't nothing but Bear Grylls is all right. I watch Bear Grylls too. He's real, but he's sort of commercial. The less commercial, the better. I like raw shit. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be all. That's what like that Survivor shit where they like vote each other out and all that, drum circles and man, get out of here. I want some real Survivor shit, you know. But I also love to keep up on my military stuff. You know, like I said, as being a student of war, I like to call it. Always reading up on samurai teachings, on teachings of Civil War generals, on teachings of Polynesian warlords like Kamehameha and things like that. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. And I checked that out. Actually, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you, but yeah. So this is one of the things that I, you know, this is just life, things around us, you know. But that's what I try to do with my life is just to show everybody, throw off the vibe from some of the other lives that we got going on right now, because we got some aliens landing. We got of course the world going to shit with crazy weather. It's gonna be a hot summer. You guys get ready. And you want to know why it's gonna be a hot summer? Global warming. Every summer is record breaking. Funny, every summer you're breaking heat from the summer prior to it. Why do you think that is? Global warming. The oceans are rising. Micronesia is going underwater. Why? Polar ice caps melting. There's a big old fucking, you know what I mean? There's pieces of ice that are bigger than continents. You don't think they're gonna melt when the temperature goes up a little? It's happening. Just go look at the live videos right now. You can jump on here and look at live videos of the polar ice caps. Watch them falling into the ocean. You know what I mean? You know what I used to like too? Kind of caught my interest. I know it was a little bit fake, but it was kind of funny too. Amish Mafia. Those fools burning each other's barns down and shit. Like going off on each other for the goods and all. What was his name? I forget the guy's name. The Amish Mafia. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're gonna start seeing crazy shit, man. You're gonna see snowstorms in LA, which I believe just happened recently. And you know what I mean? Just and heat in Alaska melting, you know. It's coming. History always repeats itself. Every great civilization has went down. But here's what I'm gonna do, folks, because I did want to bump a little music. So I think I'm gonna jump off for momentarily, like an intermission, so I don't have to erase this. I'm gonna leave this up so that you know, people can check it out. Like I said, a lot of people like to watch my lives after I'm done with them. The lives are all right. Like I said, I'm gonna start doing them just to let people know that I got ideas, you know. And I've said this before. I want people to come to my channel. I'd rather have 10,000 subscribers that enjoy my content, what I talk about, my knowledge, what I got to kick down to them, and my personality, than 50,000 subscribers that nobody even taps in my lives. Half of them are there because they like to see me talk shit about other people. Like, nah, tapping because you like the way I get down. Fuck everybody else, you know. Well, like I said, shout out to all the other channels. I don't really have to beef with nobody right now. Yep, there you go, Sean. I mean, I'm not a bullshitter. A lot of times, the things I talk about really ain't like you got to pick up a book to learn it. It's common sense. You know, like I said, just like that song from Leonard Skinner. To be a simple kind of man. Like, that's the problem. People get make shit too complicated. And no, it can't do this because of this and that. It's simple. We're trashing the place, and when you trash something, it gets trashed. Watch me walk around my house and start knocking down shelves and kicking walls and see if this fucker ain't tore back in a little bit. It's just common sense. It don't take a genius or a scientist. Yeah, Ryan, you're right. But for real though, you know, it's not like, hey, I got this one secret book and I talked to this psychologist and this biologist, you know, we all sat down. So here's the info on the earth. No. I just drive up and down the road every day and I see the record-breaking temperatures, and I see the weather getting crazier and crazier, and I see people not caring, and it's as simple as that. 1 + 1 = 2. You know what I mean? That's all. That's all that is. From Salas to Bukit. Yeah, I had a couple people from the Central Valley say what's up earlier, and I have memories of when I was a young buck running around. My sister went to Alsa South Middle School. I think elementary. It was elementary. It's crazy. But I've been around. I'm a traveling man, like I said, and I wouldn't change it. If I could go back and stay in any one place, would never do it, because I wouldn't be who I am. You know, that's one thing I like to say to anyone out there. Every step that you've taken, place that you went, good or bad, it makes you. Because some people ask other people, well, you have any regrets? Would you change this? Yeah, I'd change it. Well, then you'd be changed too. You might not be sitting there talking to him, because every little thing, every trip you fell and broke your arm as a kid, every house you went to that they tried to jack you and you got away or whatever, that's all like the molding of you. You know, that's like a car. When you paint a car and you do body work on it, You put your rims on it, right? All those different things that make a fucking badass car, right? It's customized. Well, that's like people, you know, we're the same way. My trip from being born in Cali to going to Nuevo, being raised up there, to Texas, to all over, then to the islands, and then back to Mexico again, and all that made me. All the people I met, the places I worked, the people I seen, the different races, languages I've heard, weather, going from Cali to Texas, you know what I mean? Feeling that heat, that humidity, all just the knowledge that I've taken in and places I've seen, it's priceless. I wouldn't change it. And I hate to say this, I ain't trying to put nobody down, but it sort of makes me feel bad for people, you know, them people that, oh, I was raised up here, been here, never been nowhere else. Everywhere I go, let me put it like this. This is a good way to put it. Everywhere I go, any new town I go to, Burke, Salas, what, it don't matter, fucking Oahu, anywhere I go, 90% of the people there are from there. They're local. They call them locals. You know what I mean? Go to Salas and see if most of the people there ain't from Salas. Go to Albuquerque or Burke and see if most of the people there ain't from Burke. You guys would be surprised how many people get born and they live in an area and oh yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that, brother. If you haven't seen my videos, my kids are Hawaiian, straight up Polynesian. Lived in Oahu, and I lived in Maui, both of them for a lot of years. Shout out to Kalihi. Shout out to the West Side to you know what I mean, all my Hawaiians on Makaha, you know, Waianae, Hapa. All right, I like the group Hapa. Kulei Kuipo Hapa. You know what's up? If you're really from Oahu, like from Oahu, you'll know exactly. Hey, Kapana, is, you name it, man. On the island, we do it island style. You know what I mean? I jam that shit, bro. Matter of fact, I got a video right now about the Bloods of Oahu. Seriously, huh, Ryan? All right, man. Hey, my kids are Hawaiian, are half Hawaiian, bro. So there you go. There it is. That's why I always show a lot of respect and shouts out to the islands. So with that being said, yeah, straight up, always do. And yeah, actually, that's what I was gonna say. I got a video coming out right now. I reacted. I don't know if you've seen that video floating around, the Bloods of Oahu. I did a reaction to it and pointed out some areas. I know what I know about the area and some things I know about Oahu. I'm actually just waiting on it to. Go to get the review for the green light, and then I'm gonna release it. So, yeah. Yeah, and you make sure if you ever go back, you look at my reactions. I did one to Jay Diggs because he did when he called out Whack 100. With their rappers, but he did it from on a balcony in. Shout out, all right, Sean from across the pond. Thanks for tapping in, my brother. He did it from a balcony in Waikiki. So I point out, like, that's Waikiki right there. There's a lot of homeless in that area, but it's mostly like a tourist area, and the zoo's right there. You should check it out. And then I also did one. If you also look at my reactions, you just go to my playlist. I'll have all my content split up in playlists, so you can jump on there and look at the playlist, Mike's World's Reactions, and you'll see one also about the Crips of Hawaii when China Mac, Manoa, Pearl City. There you go. When China Mac did the video about KTP, Kuhio Park Terrace, went over there and did a little video, and I did a reaction to that and gave my input on that. So you go make sure and check out both of those. And so I try to, when I can, do reactions like that. I'm proud. Like I said, I was just going over it not but 10 minutes ago. I'm proud of all the places I've been. I'm not the type to hide and say this. Like, proudly, I'm born Califas, raised on Nuevo, fucking live right outside San Antonio, Houston, you know. Live to my brothers, you know what I mean? Live Oahu, you know what I mean? Live island kind, all that, you know. Like I was just saying that point. It's funny you said that. I was just bringing up the point that you know, every one of those little places is a part of me inside. from the people I laugh with or where I worked to the people I met at the stores, whatever. You know, all that makes you to your slang. Why you think I'm so intelligent? I don't mean to be like bragging, but why you think I know so much being around different people? Some warriors, killers, some mean, some bangers, different county jails, different streets, beaches. You know what I mean? I've been so many places that you get what they call well-rounded. You learn different weather patterns. You learn different people. You know, but I shot out a quick little hour right here. You know, hopefully a few people watch this and realize that how I get down and operate, which is I don't play into the drama, as you can see in this video. I didn't have any very many people watching. If I would have been talking down on somebody and named it, hey, I'm gonna blast gunner out the sky, there would have been way more people in here. But you see how people operate, you know. But orale, shout out to everybody. I think I'm gonna jump back on in a little bit though and play some music. I just want to end this video so I can leave it up. I can play music. If I want to play music on here, I would have to take it down because of copyright shit. But I can actually, you know, take this down, jump right back on. Hey, you guys all have a great Father's Day. Yeah, and that's another thing, Ryan. Like you said, very marketable. I want to put that out there. I feel like I can appeal and reach out to a lot of cultures. Like you, Stone. I love talking that down south. You know, I'm talking about sipping mud. People know I like to sip mud too. I've said that. And then also too, I got those some about all you. All right, and rightfully so. It's not like I fake any of it. I've stayed at all these places, met the people, shook their hands, drank the Heineken in the garage with the Pacalolo. You know what I mean? Straight up. Matter of fact, you can't really read it, but right here, if you look at my little rag I got up here, it says right here. That's what's actually it says right across here. PAKALOL. That's what. If you look at my thing. Pacalolo. You know, that's part of me. But like I said, raised up Burke, and people are like Burke, Albuquerque. You know what I mean? Albuquerque went at a very young age, got that name, got that game out of bang, slang, and all that. Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm trying to reach out and appeal to everybody. But it's hard because people think if you haven't lived in one area your whole life, you're not from there. And it's like, man, I've been through all of it and learned. And that's why do you think I like to absorb? I ask a lot of questions when I go to these places because I know I very rarely stay anywhere forever. So when I go somewhere, I learn. Oh, for real? Oh yeah, I'll shoot you that, no problem, my man. We can do some business and all that. For real. But happy Father's Day to everyone. And if you guys want to get back with me, I'm gonna draw some music and shit and some lights. I'm gonna do that. Just to have fun tonight, you know, and take a rip. I'm doing intermission. I wouldn't BS y'all, but it's gonna be a little different when I come back on in a little bit. I'm just gonna play some different kinds of music, jam out, and I can't really it's harder for me to talk when music's playing because I did want to play a little bit of music, but it was good to talk with everybody. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this one now so that I don't have to delete it. All right, everyone. Thanks for tapping in. All right, Ryan, and I'm gonna get with you on that email. That's how I communicate with people. And then we will, talk about switching numbers up or something, because I did check out your email and that is positive. I do appreciate you.